go, next project. We got the wheels for the X3M. I ordered a set of Vossens for it in a brushed bronze, or not brushed bronze, satin bronze, and they're right here on the floor. So there's a 9.5 for the front with a 255, and 11 in the rear with a 295. It's keeping the proper ratio. The 11, that's 11.5, it's 11. It's a 2111 with a 35 offset. This is based on the spec from Vossen, or their recommendation. They spec'd out the offset and everything for the wheel, and I did test fit the rim prior to having the tire mounted, and I also test fitted with the tire installed. So it clears just fine. You can't go any bigger, I can tell you that much. 295 won't stuff up in there anymore. So, I mean larger than a 295. That's all you're going to fit on the back. You could try to squeeze a 305, but I highly doubt it. You'll probably end up rubbing the outer, or unless you roll the wheel well, the wheel lip. The front is a 21 9.5 with a plus 16 offset. You can see right there, and a satin bronze. I ordered them like in April, so they took maybe 6 weeks, about 6 weeks. So it wasn't, wasn't too bad. But here's what it looks like stock. You can see how there's kind of tucked in front and rear. See it? And this is stock ride height. So I will end up lowering it. I'm thinking I'm gonna go with the MSS suspension, the adjustable springs. There's a whole kit from I&D that kind of gives you a really hell of a deal, because I'll end up running these in the winter with spacers to give me that same effect. So you can buy the reflector takeout for the front and rear, the spacers and the springs for like $1,300. So that's a hell of a deal. So this is what it looks like stock. So I'm going to put it up in the air, remove the wheels. I'm going to coat the calipers with the same Geon rim. We're just sitting right here. The Geon rim. And then I'm going to, at the same time, I'm also going to do the barrels of the wheels. I've already done the face. I did the face with 2 coats. I'm going to do a single coat on the barrel. I did them probably this morning, so it's been probably 5 or 6 hours since I did them. And then I'm going to do the barrels just to make it easier to clean. I've tried looking at removing that sticker. I think it'll be a mess, so I'm just going to leave it on there. It's like a vinyl. It's not a paper type sticker, it's a vinyl. So I'm just going to leave it on there. So I don't think I mean, you might see a little bit, but it should be okay. All right, when I get it installed, I want to show you this. When you order Vossen wheels, they also give these really sweet lug bolts right here. So you get this part when you buy the rims. So it's a nice floating washer, so you don't grind in your rim. And then I didn't have any set, I just used standard impact sockets. I ordered a set of these Chicago pneumatic. They're coated, it's got like a, I don't know what you call it, nylon or something like that, plastic on the outside of the socket. And they're aluminum anodized. They're like a hardened aluminum made for doing lug nuts, and that's it. So, and this is a 17 mil, so. But it won't damage your wheels. And that was a big thing, especially on the stock ones. I don't know what it is, but the stock one, if you, it's kind of tied up on after. You get this whole kit, I put it in the drawer, one of these drawers, right here. So I bought a torque set, the torque limiting extensions, and then the whole impact socket set from Chicago Pneumatic. So, but even on the stock wheels, the barrels where the bolts go are kind of tight, and I could see it being finicky on scratching the rims when you go to pull the bolts out. So, all right, let me get going on this. It's going to take me a couple hours to get everything sorted. Once I get everything all reinstalled and everything torqued down and back on the ground, I'll let you know what's going on. So, okay. Okay, I want to add a note here. I had these wheels and tires mounted and balanced at my local discount tire. I've used this place multiple times in the past. It's been a couple of years since I've been there. I don't know what happened to the people that used to work there. Maybe COVID, they quit or whatever. but the people they have now don't know what the hell they're doing. Here's an example. They gouge the shit out of the back of the rim right here. Pardon my language. So this is missing. This is coating missing. The powder coating's missing. Brand new, you know, $1,000 wheel, forged wheel, and they treat it like it's a, you know, $100 piece of crap off their shelf. So when they mounted them, then they balanced them. They used some sort of rubber cone on the face of the rim that must have been dirty because it scuffed the finish on the face of the rim near the center. And I spent probably 3 hours doing the best I can not to go through the coating, but to polish them to where it wasn't so noticeable. I was going to buy tires for my Corvette from them and have them mount and balance on the Corvette. And after I received these, I brought them home because they were dirty, because for some reason they dirtied the crap out of them. Brand new wheels. I washed them and noticed all the damage, called them up and canceled the order for the tires. I told them I'll never go back to your store again. So this is the problem. I get it. You have a daily driver. You run it year round, run up there, put a set of tires on, you keep on going, drive the thing till it's dead, or whatever, it's a lease, whatever. I get it. I get it. I don't buy vehicles that way, that type, because to me, I don't want to spend the money on something I don't want to drive. And most of these daily cars are horrible to drive. They're numb, they have no feeling, no nothing. I feel like I'm throwing money away as I'm driving back and forth to my 4-mile distance, leasing a car that has no soul, so to speak. So I choose not to spend my money on that, so I spend more money on the cars I enjoy driving. Well, I buy nicer equipment, I buy nicer stuff for them because I like to customize them. It's my hobby, it's what I enjoy doing. So now, because of this, and it's happened to me before, I'm now going to spend $3,000 and buy my own equipment. Unless anybody out there knows a company that, you know, at least puts some attention to detail, and when they're working on people's, you know, nice stuff, that they don't screw it up. So, yeah, it sucks. So I'm buying the equipment, and honestly, if anybody around here needs to have their stuff mounted and balanced, I've done it before. It's been a long time, but I'll do it again. I'll buy crappy wheels or whatever, and I'll try it. You know, I have a couple tires. Maybe I'll buy some spare wheels or whatever, and I'll put the tires on and off just to practice on there, just to make sure. It's also you buy the proper equipment. So I'm going to buy the proper equipment, not the high-end stuff, but middle of the road for what I need in my use. It just aggravates me. I just noticed the barrel right now. I didn't notice it before until I was cleaning the backside of the barrel for coating, and I noticed that it was all scratched up or gouged up. That's the only one, so yeah, it sucks, aggravating. All right, I'm going to continue going. I'm going to coat them and then clean off the calipers on the car. They're quite dirty. I mean, they look pretty good considering I haven't done anything with them. But yeah, right here behind me. So they don't look too bad. So they're a little dirty. I'll have to clean them off. Yeah, they're really big. I mean, that's a large rotor. So, all right, I'm gonna get going on that. Just want to let you know, some of the stuff you have to deal with, and it sucks that you pay someone to do a job and they do a shitty job at it. So it's all done. Probably after a couple washes with the tires, I can get the dressing to actually apply correctly. But when you got new tires, it doesn't exactly adhere like it should. So even though I use a tire prep, but here's what it looks like. It's kind of hard to see. I'll have to do some other pictures or a video walk around after. So that's, obviously this is stock height. The Harley's in the way. This is the stock height. 255, 295s, and you can see it right there. 295, 35, 21 on an 11-inch rim. So the rim or the edge of the rubber has a little bit of poke, but I think it's going to settle a little bit because I just lowered it down. So it'll probably come in a little bit, but I think that's really good. Especially when I lower it down, it's going to drop about an inch. It's going to be perfect. When you look at the back, that nice meaty looking tire back there. And this car is 20% front, 80% rear. When you're in any mode other than comfort. If you go into sport mode or you go into sport plus mode, it's mostly rear wheel drive. with a little bit of front. And with the winter tires I had on there, well, they're all seasons I had on there, it got pretty crazy if you tromped on the gas from a dead stop. It would break the back tires loose and then kind of pull the front. It felt kind of weird. But it's kind of, you gotta get used to it. We were gone sideways one time messing with it, so. But this car, I had a paint protection film put on from right from when I purchased it, probably within a week. So the paint protection film across the whole front of the car. So that's why I'm not getting any stone chips. And I already have 5,000 miles, 4,000 miles? 4,000 miles I've had it for 6 months. That's pretty funny. So maybe I can get, maybe I'll get out in the driveway and we'll get a better walk around out in the driveway with the new wheels on it. Well, just took it for a drive on the highway and at least it's balanced correctly. Did 132 and it was just fine. So, here it is. Tire dressing is a little jacked right now. I think I gotta get a new sponge. That shouldn't be that shiny. I'm about to do a knockoff. Or knockdown, I guess you could say. Can't really tell if it looks fat or not. Maybe I like the poke on it. Those Vossen wheels on a 2021 X3M competition. Thanks for watching.